Nintendo Switch pickups, how many of these games have you got, or how many of these games do you want to play? Right, I've not done a pickups video for anything in general for absolutely ages. Feels like it's been about 30 years, let alone Switch pickups. These are games, mainly gifts, which I got from the wife or family back in my birthday from April, but I just haven't bothered putting them into the rack basically behind me. But I have played some or most of these games, so I just thought I'll run through them quick little pickup video, show some footage, some gameplay. Let me know if there's some big games on here and some you might be on the fence about or not quite tried and you want to see some footage for yourself. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I think of each of them. So there's only 6 games here. Right, first game I'm going to talk about is Road 96. It's not a particularly new game. I think it's available on all systems. And it's not an expensive game anyway. It's been out long enough. I think you can get it pretty cheap now. I picked this up digitally on the Switch. Must have been over 2 years ago. It's set in a time which is like pre-laptops and stuff. So that sort of era of mobile devices and all that sort of thing. But it's in like a fictional city like Petria or something like that. And basically it's a bit of an adventurous sort of point and click text-based. It's really hard. It ticks a lot of genres. It's a very, very unique game. If you like different games like Firewatch and things like that, it gives you a bit of experience, a game that's not like something else. This is definitely one to check out. So you basically play as teenage kids. There's some kids going missing. You might be like 12 years old, be younger than a teenager, and you do multiple playthroughs and you meet different characters. And every time you do a playthrough, obviously your knowledge, you can sort of take it a bit with you, so your character progression, things will tie in later on. It's a very, very clever, detailed game, very layered. So I think it took me 6 runs to complete it, and I managed to get, like, you've got to try and cross the border. So sometimes your decisions will determine the next chapter of the game. So you might die, you might try and save someone, you might be greedy and try and get yourself across. You might not have enough money to get to the end. You need like food and stuff. You might come physically hungry. You have to like hitchhike, or you learn skills to like drive car and things like that. So you like nick keys and things like. It's a very detailed game. The more I talk about it, I would just sound like a psychopath trying to explain the game, because it's very, very different. I've done 2 takes trying to talk about this game already, and I've just ended up just muttering a load of nonsense. So I'm hoping that kind of makes sense. So yeah, it's like a political game where there's basically there's a divide across this city, and for some reason you're not allowed to leave the city. The police and government are stopping that. You can't run, you can't escape. And some people are trying to overthrow the government. There's a bit of a mystery going on where there's some murders. There's some people like plotting to blow up the government, overthrow them. There's 2 different political parties, and different decisions you make on which side you want to go for affect the story. It's a really, really good game. Look at the footage for yourself. But yeah, I had it digitally and did like 1 playthrough or 2 playthroughs years ago. Forgot about it. Saw it was physical. My wife got it for me as like a present, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to stick that in. So I don't know why I took the plastic off it, because I would have just re-downloaded the digital one. So I actually haven't even loaded the cartridge in the Switch. But yeah, I carried on with the playthroughs. Haven't 100%ed all the characters you meet, but it's a really, really fun game. There's some hilarious characters in there. Yeah, it's just a really, really cool game. Very different. It says Merge. I don't know much about Omen and Dixie Art. Don't know too much about developers and publishers of this game. Is any games like that? You know, like really unique games. Like Firewatch is the only one I can think of that's different. But do you know what I mean? You know, sometimes you play a game and it's not a particularly long game. Like this took about 4 hours to play through. Killer Frequency, another one I talked about recently. That's just like a really cool game. I like games like that. So if you guys have got any other recommendations of unique games like that, Road 96, Firewatch, Killer Frequency, please let me know. And if that is a genre, please tell me what it is, because I want to play more of them. Right, so that's Road 96. The other game, I know I saw some negative reviews. South Park Snow Day. I know Switch Up, big channel here in the UK, and they said that there's no like noise when weapon hits, and that was putting them off. And it's predominantly an online game. I haven't got anyone I've been playing online with, so I just had bots of me, which obviously makes it a lot harder. But I actually really enjoyed the game. We've updated a little bit, but I only played a few hours on it. But I have really, really enjoyed the game. Again, it's not a very expensive game. I think it's like 20 quid when it launched. So I don't know if they adjusted that just because it got some negative feedback. If anyone's got that and play it on Switch, give us a shout, because I've got stuck like a few missions in. Like I said, I've only played it a few hours and I can't get past that bit because I've got bots with me, and obviously you can't communicate. It's really difficult. But that co-op online or couch co-op, I imagine, is a great game. don't actually know if it is couch co-op. It might only be online. But yeah, the South Park Snow Day, if you've heard negative stuff, it's not that bad. Play it for yourself, because for 20 quid for a few hours of gameplay I've played on it, I think it's worth it. And I haven't played through it. If I had some friends to play with this game who had it, that makes me sound sad. If I had some friends who had this game and we played together, I would enjoy that a lot more. Here's one I've wanted for ages. And someone got me this as a gift. This is a Hotline Bling, and he said Hotline Miami collection. Look, it's got Feed Me Chicken on the front of it. I've seen lots of gameplay of this, like Rampage Talk done a video on it, like a little funny video, probably well over a year ago. And it just looks like a bit of me, like top down, fast paced, some good tunes on it. But I put it in, I literally played it for about 10 minutes, and I was like, it's not clicking with me. It's not clucking with me, is what I should have said. But I need to get back to it, because Devolver do make some sick games. But yeah, I just need to. I thought that'd be one I put in. I'd be like, yeah, like one of the first ones I go to. Yeah, but yeah, I just couldn't. I couldn't really get into it. So let me know if you've had the same experiences. Like, this just looked like such a cool game when I saw it in like the Switch. What's the Switch magazine it used to be about? It's like the best unofficial magazine. It's a little one. I can't remember what Switch Player, wasn't it? So I remember when they covered it years ago, and I was like, that looks amazing. And I just sat on it because it was digital only. But yeah, it's physical now. It has been for a while. And then yeah, finally, it's just been the backlog. Mrs. bought it for me, I think, for my birthday. And a little bit disappointed. Don't tell my wife I said that. Link's Awakening, Zelda. So I'm not the hugest fan in the world of Zelda games. But obviously you've got to give them all a try. So this one was a Game Boy Advance game, I believe. So it got redone for the Switch. Pretty much every game on the Switch is a remaster from a previous console. There's not much originality on there. So yeah, some people might have missed this by. Some people might have played it and be playing it again for the second time. Just more of a polished version. I just got stuck a couple of times. I had to look up what to do. I really enjoy it not being open world though, and being narrowed a little bit. You know, I haven't got the brain capacity for working out what to do or wasting time picking flowers and making potions. I just want to get down to the game sometimes and have some good gameplay. But yeah, I played it for a few hours, but I think I've been stuck one too many times, and I don't know if I can be bothered to work out what to do or where to go. So yeah, but let me know your thoughts on Zelda Link's Awakening. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are huge fans of that game. Speaking of Zelda, I did actually get... So I've got some Pokemon like carry case I've had for years for the Switch. And yeah, got that as a gift, which is pretty cool. So Zelda, I'm sure it's a Tears of the Kingdom one. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Carry case. So I'll transfer that over. Metal Gear Solid Collection. Really, really wanted this. It's not necessarily a cheap game either. I haven't opened it yet. It's a day one edition with a sticker on it. I'm kind of scared to open it. I might look and see if the game's on sale and buy it digitally just to keep this wrapped up. Then again, it's not Nintendo film round it. You know, sometimes a little Nintendo right, and this hasn't. Or maybe none of them do. Maybe none of them do, and I'm just talking waffle. Anyway, it might open, it might not. You really wanted just to have the game. It's funny, I wasn't actually a massive fan of Metal Gear Solid back in the day. I have got Metal Gear Solid, the double case with the Silent Hill demo in. But yeah, I just never liked the stealth. I used to just like make my heart race. I'm more of a gung-ho guy. So I always liked the idea of Hitman games, but I never really got into them because I was limited. Like, there was just too much lurking in the shadows. Like, I just want to, once I've been seen, that's it. But then later on in the game, it gets difficult. But in saying that, I really like a game called Thief Simulator, and that was lurking around in the shadows. And I've been absolutely loving Manhunt 2. Not on the PlayStation 2. I've got it on the PS2, but I've been liking it on the Wii. Because you get to, like, literally be a psychopath for that game. You get to literally use the Wii remotes and do all the actions and stuff, and literally grab them out of the shadows, shank people, and all sorts. Make myself sound... I'm painting a bad picture of myself, aren't I? But yeah, I very much enjoy doing that on the old Wii. But yeah, Manhunt 2 I've been really enjoying, and that is all predominantly stealth. So maybe I like stealth more than I've realised. So I will probably play this, because I haven't actually played Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3. I only played Metal Gear Solid, the original, and I probably played, before it was called Metal Gear Solid, was it just called Solid Snake, or was it just called Snake, and you had Snake's Revenge? I played like 1 or 2 on the NES before it was this series, you know? But they're completely different games. They're like run and gun style. Right, this game's awesome. I RGT from the Unofficial Controller podcast, I think, told me about this, and I managed to get on a demo. I've told a lot of friends about it. Hopefully there's still a demo on Switch. There's a lot of Switch demos I've noticed lately, just a bit of a off the beaten track. All of the Resident Evil games, like even up to like modern, like the Village is on there, and they've all got demos, and they look really good. That Village looked really good. I got scared to turn it off. That's how good the graphics were. But yeah, Dredge, really good game. So basically, very cool concept. To try and sum it up real quick. So you're in a ship, you're fishing in a day, but then you have to go to other ports to do your missions, and you can't make it in a day, and it gets to night. But at night, there's a monster and it hunts you, like a Loch Ness sort of monster, and you turn your light off, so the monster can't see you, but you turn the light off, you can't see, and you crash your boat, you damage it, need to repair it, and you get different rods and different upgrades to get different fish in deeper seas, while you've got this monster hunting you. It's a Team 17 game, and they don't fuck about. Black Salt Games, it's a really good game. So I haven't even completed the demo, and I played it for like a good hour, so that's a big demo thinking about it. So I am going to play this. It's going to get opened up, this bad boy. And again, I don't think it's a particularly expensive game. Almost like an indie title. And that sounds silly because it's Team 17. Mind you, they've just published it, haven't they? Are they the developer or are they the publisher? I don't know. But yeah, it's just really good game. And RGT's completed it and he just raves about it. He said it's so well balanced. It's like not too hard where you can't be bothered, but not too easy where you just lose momentum of it. It's a perfect balance of difficulty, of like dangling the carrot and you just keep going. He completed it. He was raving about it, saying what a top game it is. So yeah, out of all the games, I mean, I've played all of them other than the last two, so Dredge might go into the system now. But yeah, let me know, guys, have you played any of these games? What do you think of any of them? And yes, let me know in the comments. It'd be interesting to know your thoughts. What games you've been playing on the Switch, because I've caught up with my backlog, so I'm ready to dive into some new Switch games. So yeah, let me know. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.
I'm Mario.
And I am the Hedgehog. And today, with this...